Alright, what is going on, everybody? It is your boy Carnage, your Primitive AK here, back with another video for you guys today. Today we got a preview and early look at some brand new patch notes for tomorrow's update, 9/15, September 15th. We got some brand new weapon changes here. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys leave a like. Appreciate you guys showing the love and support. So these patches are not currently live in the game. At the time of making this commentary, it's 7:54 p.m., September 14th. These patch notes will be going, the patch will go live tomorrow, probably sometime around 12 or 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but Raven has given us a nice little preview as to what to expect in these patch notes. So we're going to go through them in depth because there's a lot of good changes here, and some bad changes and some that I don't really necessarily agree with. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. So first things first, page 1 of these patch notes, these are all of the weapon changes. They did clarify that these are all the weapon changes going to be coming. First things first, AK-47, the gun kick has been adjusted. They've been reassessing and polishing the gun kick of the AK-47 to be more closely to the other 7.62 caliber weaponry. In other words, this will be kicking just a tad bit more because this weapon was pretty much a laser as far as I know. Moving on, the FAR 83 got a change as well. Maximum damage decreased down to 25, minimum damage decreased down to 23, head multiplier increased to 1.56, neck multiplier increased to 1.2, and upper torso multiplier increased to 1.1. So overall, its base damage got nerfed into the ground, but its overall multiplier, when you hit the head, neck, and also upper torso, got a tad bit of a buff as well to the weapon, which is pretty nice, and I'm quite happy to see that. He said it's a very forgiving, in addition to sporting a relatively fast and consistent time to kill at both of its damage ranges, and they feel it's a little bit exacerbated with how easy it is to control. So they're going to be shifting some of its power in local multipliers and aligning its TTK values more closer to other weapons that require a similar level of skill. KRIG 6, nerfed again for now the 4th time, I believe. This weapon reminds me a lot of the DMR meta when it just got nerfed like 5 times and they couldn't seem to get it right. So, recoil has been increased yet again, and neck multiplier decreased to 1.1. So this is a long paragraph here. I'll just kind of skim through it. They said it's been dominating the scene for quite some time. They'd like to take a moment to dissect why the KRIG 6 has been so resilient despite all of these patches. There should be a weapon. They want to make it a weapon that's appeases to all skill levels, but in that fact, they feel that this one was too much of an outlier. So in doing so, they basically increase or decrease some of the multipliers and increase the recoil to make it less potent inside of Warzone. Moving on, to QBZ got a change as well. Recoil increased slightly on the weapon, and recoil dampening has been enabled for this weapon as well. And it got a dev commentary here saying, we have a vision for where we'd like the easiest to control long-range weapons to lie on the time-to-kill spectrum. We believe we are close, but not quite there. In the wake of these weapon changes, the long-range engagement space may be succeeded by the QBC. We will be monitoring its performance over the coming week to ensure its performance meets our expectations. So, essentially, they want to gradually keep buffing the QBZ, but not to the point where it's blatantly overpowered. Page 2 of the notes here includes changes to some of the submachine guns and LMGs and TAC rifles. First things first, our beloved OTS-9 recoil increased slightly, maximum damage decrease from 34 to 31, minimum damage increased to 21, headshot multiplier increased to 1.52, neck multiplier decreased to 1 as well. Part of what made the OTS-9 a powerhouse was how easily it could achieve its reduced time to kill speed. With a shared headshot and neck multiplier, headshots were nearly twice as easy to hit, making the OTS-9 remarkably forgiving for a weapon with extraordinary TTK potential. These changes will require more precise to achieve the fastest TTK. OTS-9 will still be at top of the mobility food chain and will remain hardly bested in close quarter engagement given a few well-placed shots. So basically what this means is that it's not going to be as easy to melt your enemies with the OTS-9, but if you land your headshots, this weapon will actually be still the best SMG to use inside of Warzone. So for you accurate players, this change really isn't something to worry about. This is still going to be a powerhouse weapon. Moving on, the Tech 9 got a change here as well. Maximum damage decreased down to 24, minimum damage decreased down to 22, and neck multiplier has been increased slightly up to 1.1. Tech 9 have been homogenized locational multipliers, which is an issue that tends to put balance in a precarious spot. This often created a time to kill where the weapon would either too easily achieve its fast TTK or be largely inviable. This is not a particularly interesting design space for weapons to exist, as we feel they do not adequately reward precision. We found a 540 millisecond TTK a tad fast for no more than torso shots, especially given its rate of fire. Moving on, LMG Alpha, which is essentially the Stoner for those that are not aware. Its recoil has been adjusted, gun kick has been adjusted, and raise interrupt time increase from 0.8 to 1 second. This one, LMG Alpha, has many desirable traits. Its recoil, gun kick, and handling were more of what one would expect from a 5.56 assault rifle than an LMG. These added LMG dying sights will have players thinking twice about bringing an LMG to an AR fight. So hopefully this will reduce the use of the Stoner, but I highly doubt it. It's still pretty much a powerhouse, but we'll see how it performs. Moving on, TAC rifles. TAC Rifle Charlie, which is basically the M16. Basically, they decreased the recoil slightly on this one, and overarching goal for us has been to bring all weapons to viability. While burst weapons may not be for everyone, we feel it is important that we support and cultivate a wide variety of playstyles and skill levels across all Warzone modes. With this reduction to recoil, a slight boost to rate of fire on its barrels, we feel this burst weapon will be once again in a viable state. So pretty interesting change there. I'm very happy to see that they're still buffing some of the Cold War weapons, especially the TAC rifles here. This is pretty interesting to see. Somebody correct me in the comments box. I'm not sure if this is the M16 or the AUG. I'm pretty sure it's the AUG, but somebody correct me if I'm wrong on that one. But it's nice to see some changes here, and hoping that the Stoner Nerf is enough to take it out of the limelight here. Moving on, some barrels got some changes as well. TAC Rifle Charlie, which is, I believe, the M16 as well. The 18-inch rapid-fire barrel has been increased, fire rate to 6%. The titanium barrel fire rate increased from 7 to 8%, and the M16, okay, so this is definitely the AUG. I guess that answers that question. The M16 Cold War has been fire rate increased to 6% when using the rapid fire barrel, and for your titanium barrel, this is going to increase to about 8% when using the titanium barrel on the M16. So TAC Rifle Charlie changes here. This is definitely for the AUG, so want to make that clear there because I always get confused with these names. But overall, some great changes here. Really happy to see that they're making some buffs to the burst weapons again. We'll be covering them here pretty soon throughout the week, so let me know what you guys think about them. I'm excited to give this weapon a go again, and let me know what you guys think about it. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Full patch notes will be live tomorrow. I'll update this video with the full notes, including balancing or weapon changes, and also any additional bug fixes that may not have been covered in this video, so I'll leave a link to that in the description when it is available. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's your boy Carnage at Primitive AK, signing out. Peace out, fellas.